Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mackie. Today we're going to be doing something not so spooky and creepy, hopefully. I mean, we are in the garage, the haunted garage, which is always terrifying, but I don't have anything creepy planned for today. But last time I did have these lights off, something fell over in that corner and it was absolutely terrifying. Anyway, before we get into the video, I have a couple exciting announcements because I'm really excited about it, but Amanda and I are actually going on a trip somewhere in 2 days. We are flying somewhere to film something haunted. I can't say anything else. You're gonna have to wait and see the videos. All I can say is that everyone is going to be very excited, so stay tuned for that. All the videos from the trip are going to be over on Mackie and Amanda, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Also, in the last video I did that egg test, and a lot of people said I was doing the egg test incorrect, or not even incorrect, but I wasn't looking for enough signs as I should have been. I was just looking to see if strings came up from the yolk, which they did, but apparently I'm supposed to be looking for if there's specks in the yolk, if there's blood in the yolk, if it's making bubbles, if it's getting cloudy. So apparently it's a lot more complicated than I originally made it. So let me know if you guys want to see me redo the egg test and pay more attention to it and go into more detail with it, because it's pretty interesting, honestly. Getting off of that topic, today's video is actually a video that I've seen so many comments requesting, and I actually did this video way before. Literally, I think it was like the third video on my channel. Everyone's been asking for a tattoo tour. So since I did this last time, we've grown a lot, and I've also gotten a lot more tattoos. So with that being said, let's get straight into the tattoo tour. All of my tattoos have meaning of some sort. I've always made a promise to myself I wouldn't just get a pointless tattoo. Well, actually, I do have one tattoo that is completely pointless, you'll see, but I've been pretty good about keeping that promise to myself. I'm just gonna go in order from the first tattoo I ever got until my most recent one. My first tattoo I ever got was actually this little lightning bolt right here. Got it 7 days before my 19th birthday. So I actually got it on October 13th, which is a Friday the 13th, and usually at tattoo shops they have flash deals and all types of stuff going on Friday the 13th. So I went in, got there, and realized, I'm like, if I'm already here getting my first tattoo, I might as well get the tattoo that I've actually wanted for a few years. So that happened to be the lightning bolt. My mom is the one who took me there and bought it for me for my birthday. The meaning of this lightning bolt, if anyone watching knows surf culture, back in the 70s and 80s, one of the most iconic surfboards and surfers was named Jerry Lopez, and his surfboard had a lightning bolt on it, and it became a huge trend. The lightning bolt on that board I've always loved since I was a little kid, and I've always loved lightning bolts in general, but more so because of the surfboards and the surf history. So I thought the little lightning bolt would be perfect. And now, funny enough, my signature is actually a lightning bolt. This wasn't even on purpose, just over the years it kind of transformed into this symbol, and one day I was like, that kind of looks like a lightning bolt. Obviously, ever since I noticed that it looked like a lightning bolt, I evolved it to be more so like a lightning bolt. But this is what it looks like. So just this top portion is supposed to be an A, so that's why the line is through it. Here's a close-up on my lightning bolt. That's my first tattoo. Before I got a tattoo, everyone always said once you get your first tattoo, you're going to be addicted to it and you're going to want to get a whole bunch more. And it's like, what do you mean addicted? How does that even make sense? But when I got this first tattoo, literally the same week, I'm like, I need another tattoo. So I got another tattoo. For me, I know I'm probably really weird, but I've heard there's a few people out there like me who actually love the feeling of tattoos. It doesn't hurt at all. It kind of feels like a little massage, like a little tickle. That sounded weird. That week, there's another design that I've always been drawing out and I always wanted. And that is this little sun and wave I have on the back of my arm. This was my second tattoo. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. You have the ocean, the waves, and then the sun, which are literally my two favorite things that I cannot live without. It was kind of a no-brainer for me to get this tattoo. I've always said that the ocean is my anxiety medicine because that's always the one place that all my pain goes away when I step foot in the ocean. Any stress goes away when I step foot in the ocean. So it's just something really calming for me, so it just made sense. From there, I waited probably 2 months and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get any for a while because I see where this is going. So I waited a couple months and then someone I knew was doing really cheap tattoos at a party. Like, not a sketchy party at all. It was for a surf shop opening. He's an actual artist, but so he was doing cheap tattoos there, so I'm like, that's a perfect opportunity to get another one that I've always been drawing out and wanting. And that is this one. So I drew the entire drawing, and then tattoo artists are able to turn your drawings into stencils and use your handwriting or whatever on the tattoo. We have the ocean right here, and then we have a fin coming out. People always ask, is that a shark fin, a dolphin fin, a surfboard fin? And it's honestly both. It's not a shark fin, but it's actually a dolphin fin and a surfboard fin. And then I just have little splashes of water coming up, or just little specks. I don't even know what they're supposed to be really, but I just thought it added to the tattoo and made it look more full. This was my third tattoo. The meaning behind this, obviously, for surfing, and then dolphins have always been one of my favorite animals ever. Just everything they're about is just incredible to me. Whenever I'm surfing, there's always dolphins out there swimming right under me, surfing in the waves with me. I've just always loved them for that reason, but more importantly, I think they're the cutest animals on the planet because they literally get married. There's a husband and wife, they have a baby, and they stay together as a family their entire lives. They're just too pure. They're too pure. They're just so kind-hearted. That's why that is a dolphin fin. Now this is where I get a little bit confused on what my next tattoo was. I'm pretty sure, oh god, here comes the feed. This is when it started going downhill, I'll tell you that much. Because at that point, I bought a tattoo gun. And I thought it'd be a good idea to tattoo my friends and tattoo myself. I got the tattoo gun, I was really excited for it, and right away I gave myself a tattoo. And honestly, it doesn't look bad because this is exactly how I wanted it. I wanted it to look like a sketch. I decided to tattoo this little sailboat on my ankle. And the purpose of the sailboat is my friend who passed away literally always drew this exact same sailboat all the time, and for some reason we just thought it was the coolest thing when we were in high school. We were really like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this tattoo, we're gonna get this tattoo. We just thought it was trendy or hip or something, I don't really know, but I tattooed this on myself. I'm not gonna do a close-up of my foot. If you can see it from there, you're lucky. That is the first tattoo I ever gave myself, and I probably should have stopped there. My next tattoo is literally just this line right here that wraps all the way around my wrist. So my mom, Granny, actually got the exact same tattoo in the same spot. All growing up, I always hated going to school. I hated school more than anything, and I just wouldn't want to go. Whenever my mom would drop me off there, for some reason I'd just have a breakdown when I was like in elementary school. Or if she'd ever leave town, she'd always tell me, just think of an invisible string that's attached at both of our wrists, and whenever one of us goes anywhere, you can just yank on that invisible string and know the other person is there. So we always said that all growing up. Then we both saw a tattoo, someone had the band around their upper arm, and so from there we're like, we should get that. I was like, oh, it can be like the invisible string that can like represent that. That's why we both went and got it, and we love it. So that is the invisible string tattoo that matches Granny's. Very oddly enough, my brother started dating his girlfriend about a year ago, and her sister and her mom have the exact same tattoo in the exact same spot on their wrists, which is really weird. Just the odds of that are insane to me, but that's just a little fun fact. After that, the next tattoo I got is this. It says Bahamas. Most of the comments I get about this one on videos and even in person, people are like, do you just love the Bahamas or something? And once again, this is in my handwriting, And the reason I have Bahamas is because it's actually my entire family's initials. So Brandon Albertson, Heather Albertson, Mike and Mackie Albertson. So that makes it plural because there's two MAs. And also for Sammy, our luscious golden retriever. That is what Bahamas stands for. Okay, the next one after that is one of my favorite tattoos, and that is the CK on my arm. I get this question a lot, literally all the time, because I feel like this is one of the most prominent tattoos I have. CK is actually the initials of my friend that passed away. That's what CK is, so it's one of my favorites. Okay, the next one I got, this is probably one of my least meaningful tattoos I have, and that is the little skull on my knuckle. Basically, the only reason I got this one was because ever since I could remember, Halloween was always my favorite time of year, my favorite holiday. I just loved it so much. It's near my birthday. I just loved everything spooky from an early age. My mom got me this necklace for my birthday a couple years ago, I think. And it was just this tiny, tiny little skull, just a silver skull, super plain and simple. And for some reason, the skull, we just loved it. We just thought it was so cool. So it was actually this exact same size. And I was like, I kind of want that tattoo just to represent all the spooky stuff that I love. So that is why I got this skull tattoo. From there, once I tattooed that knuckle, I moved over to this knuckle, and this is when I busted out my tattoo gun again, and this is where it really did go downhill. This one is decent, I guess. A lot of people think it says it's just a 100, and it's not at all. So if you look at it from this side, it definitely does look like a 100, but if you turn it this way, then that's what the real tattoo is. And basically, this is the symbol for healthy digestion. I saw someone with this tattoo once. I'm like, oh, like, what is that? And they're like, oh, it's for healthy digestion. And ever since I heard that, I'm like, I want that. Just because of my Crohn's disease, I'm always struggling with that. And I was like, I feel like if I get something, some type of symbol for healthy digestion on my body, it's almost like manifesting it in a way. I don't know. I feel like it was just something good and positive to have on my body. So that is what that is, and I did that myself, as you can probably tell, but I don't really care, it's so small. But this is when it gets ugly. The night I did this tattoo, I actually had a fever, so I think that's why I busted out the tattoo gun. I did pretty decent on this one. It looked okay, and I got a little too overconfident. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do another one. No idea what I was even trying to do. Not a clue in my mind what I wanted to do. But this is what I ended up with. I literally have not a clue what it is. It's just been here for like a year and a half, and it's just kind of there. So the other night when we were at the tattoo shop, I was asking the artist, what could we possibly turn this into? And he's like, you can turn it into a little spider web. So I'm kind of debating on turning this into a spider web right now. Let me know what you guys think, if you think I should turn it into a spider web, but it's just there. Once again, a few weeks later, I decided to break out the tattoo gun again for some reason and give myself a palm tattoo, which turned out pretty good. It's faded away quite a bit just because it is on the palm. So I'll just show it off real quick. It's just a little smiley face with X's for eyes. All my other tattoos I did on myself, I didn't even feel it at all. Like, completely numb, didn't feel it. And I think that's just because I was so focused on doing the tattoo that I wasn't feeling it. But with this one, this was the only tattoo I've ever had that actually hurt, and it was excruciating. I was sitting there with the needle, literally just grinding my teeth in pain because I'm like, I have to finish this. And I'm so dumb because I put one of the X's for eyes right on the line in my palm, so it was extra sensitive, and it was honestly just so painful, and I couldn't believe it. And the reason I got this one was just so if someone's being rude to me or upset about something, specifically my mom, I could tell her, talk to the hand. I just thought it would be really funny, and it just makes me happy, honestly, when I look down and I see this little smiley face on my palm. I'm like, So that's the meaning of the little smiley face. So after that, I took a little break from getting tattoos, but then I met a little tiny snake named Z, and Z literally took over my world. She's the sweetest snake I've ever met in my entire life. I absolutely fell in love. My mom fell in love with her. She's one of the best animals I have ever had in my entire life. She's like a little stress snake. That's what we call her, the little stress worm. Because if I'm ever stressed or if anyone's ever stressed, you literally pull her out and she starts slithering on you and you're instantly just so relaxed. So she's just a very calming animal for some reason. I just love her so much. That's why my next tattoo, I got this one about a year ago. My next tattoo is this tiny little snake right here. You probably didn't even know this was a snake, but it is. And it's in the shape of a Z for Z. And she's literally the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I love her so much. So I got this in the beginning of last October, and then for my birthday, my mom pretty much convinced me to get a tattoo. So the other thing I'd wanted for so long was just a little ghost on my forearm, just because I've always loved like cute little ghosts in general, and obviously what I do, and honestly doing YouTube and doing this ghost hunting stuff is my passion. So this is like having my passion on my arm. But this is my little ghost tattoo. His mouth is actually a tiny little lightning bolt. And I love him. Once again, I actually took about a year-long break from getting tattoos. And this is my spooky tattoo that I got matching with Amanda. And we honestly just got this because we have so much fun together and we're just a spooky booze. So I got a completely different font than Amanda did. I feel like it suits me more, and the one she got suits her way more. But this is our matching spooky tattoo. Last but definitely not least, the tattoo I got a couple days ago. And this has to be one of, if not my favorite tattoo I have, actually. So I'm gonna show you before I explain. So it's a heart with flames coming off the top with an 11 inside of it. The number 11 has just been one of my favorite numbers for so long, and as time goes on, there's just odd things that correlate to the number 11 that keep coming into my life. It's like everything keeps stacking on to why I love the number 11. So to start out, my numerology number is 11, and apparently 11 is like something very positive in the spiritual realm. So right off the bat, I just liked it for that reason. And then I found out what a twin flame was, and the twin flame number is 11. Then from there, I got my golden retriever Sammy, who is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. I got her in 6th grade, and her birthday is on the 11th. Fast forward many years, I get Kaya. And Kaya, it sounds so stupid, but Kaya is an angel sent from heaven above for me. She's literally my best friend. I take her everywhere with me. I can't even explain how much I love that stupid dog. She just helps me in so many ways with my anxiety, and she's literally me in dog form, just in so many bizarre ways. She has severe stomach issues. They think she has Crohn's disease, actually. There's just so many similarities. It's really weird, but there's just so many similarities between us. But long story short, her birthday is actually 11/11, and then we got her on 1/11, so January 11th we got her. So that was like a triple whammy of 11s. Then from there, I started noticing that a lot of times when something good happens to me, it's the 11th of the month. All these things just really made me love the number 11. I'm like, I want to get something that represents that. There's so much meaning behind it. So I wanted to get the number 11, but I was like, I want it to be sitting inside of something. And that's when I came up with the heart, because I was like, oh, that's like Kaya and Sammy will always be inside my heart, which is so stupid, but that's what it means. So they're always inside my heart, and then I have the flames coming off of it for the twin flame number. And me and Amanda actually think we're platonic twin flames, basically. So there's just a lot of stuff that made sense for it. That is why I have the flaming heart with the number 11 inside of it. But I think that covers all of my tattoos. So I hope this answers all of the tattoo questions I have on here, and let me know what tattoo you think I should get next. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tattoo tour video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Other than that, I will see you on the next one.